I'm Judge Faith Jenkins, and this is Divorce Court. All kinds of couples with problems come to me for advice.
Can I be in a relationship with someone that I really don't trust? Trust is lost in buckets and gained in drops.
Others need a lighter touch.
It's only been 3 years. You've been back together 7 hours and 12 minutes. I hope you can make it to dinner.
But most people just need some of my tough love.
You're problematic on many levels. You know nothing about commitment, monogamy, integrity, and loyalty.
Now, join me in Divorce Court for today's case.
What happens when your expectations aren't met in your relationship? It can lead to disappointment and dysfunction. This couple has been engaged for less than a year and fears their problems could lead to the end of their union. That's today's case on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, we have a virtual audience and it's filled with your super fans. Today's super fan of the day is Darius from Richmond, Virginia.
Darius, we are so happy to have you with us. Thank you for joining us.
Your Honor, this is the case of Edwards versus Spencer.
Thank you, Juan. Miss Ashlei Edwards.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Mr. Keenann Spencer
Yes, Your Honor.
to divorce court today. I understand the two of you have been engaged for just 7 months, and you're already here. You're having a number of issues you want to try to resolve before you move forward in marriage so you don't have to come back here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Yes,
so I'll start with you, Miss Edwards. Why don't you give me some background and tell me what's going on?
Okay, Your Honor. We've been together for about 9 years. I love him to death, but I just feel like we've come to a place to where it's questionable if I want to stay in this or not, because it started off a fairy tale and it looks kind of topsy-turvy right now. Like, I kind of want to jump off the ship. And I don't know why, like, all of a sudden things just changed. Like I said, we were doing good, we were working on a business together and everything, and then next thing you know, I am like the devil to him. I get attacked, I get called out of my name or accused of things that I haven't done. And so it's like, whoa, wait a minute, what's really going on?
Mr. Spencer, what do you have to say about that?
That's a lie. What happened was everything was going good, but she has the tendency to just blow up over things that's like beyond, I don't know if it's beyond her control, but I try my best to help her with that, but she has anger issues and some things that she hasn't dealt with, and I try my best to make sure that I'm there for her, but it's getting unbearable for me.
Because 9 years is a long time for you to be in a relationship, although you've only been engaged for 7 months. So what's happening here? What are some of the issues you say you're having that's brought you to this breaking point?
Okay, since we've gotten engaged, Your Honor, one of the things that I tried to do is just to be open and honest and let him know that I totally love him and I trust him. So I added him to my bank account. That way we don't have to worry about financial issues. Nobody has to question where the money is. We both see everything. And then one day I went to go pay a bill, and the next day, there was an overdraft fee because Keenann had went and swiped the card without saying anything to me, and the check didn't go through. And I tried to tell him, hey, could you communicate with me? Because the way I do it is I keep all the money in a savings account, so in case something happens, we won't get got for all the money. Never did that. He kept going, he kept going. The other day I got a notification. He took $1,100 out of the savings account. And I was like, okay.
Without talking to you about it?
No. Didn't say anything to me about it.
Your Honor,
So what's going on?
I'm so sorry. There was no conversation to be had, I felt, because she demanded first that we have a joint bank account. I went along with it. I was putting my money into her bank account. That's how I felt, because I was the one receiving the money at the time. She gets home and she doesn't need my money.
Okay.
But she asked me to put my money into her account. I'm gonna go along with it, okay? It was a lump sum of money.
I went
on and I removed $500 of that money because it was already an investment that I was planning on making for our future, you know, so I
But here's the thing, here's the issue. The two of you agreed to put your money into a joint account.
It wasn't an agreement.
Well, it had to be an agreement because you're not forced to.
I went on with her because I wanted to be with her. You know, so this is who I'm going to be with for the rest of my life.
Okay, so that's mistake number one, Mr. Spencer.
Yeah.
Because if you really didn't want to do it and you weren't going to actually go forward with what the two of you talked about and you were just going to go rogue anyway.
It really wasn't a conversation. My check was coming, and when
Mr.
it was
Spencer,
yes,
Mr. Spencer, she was not forcing you to take your money and put it into this account. You were doing it, right? You did that. For
Yes,
whatever reason, that's what you did. So now that you all do have this financial arrangement where all of your money is going into this account, there does have to be some communication when money is going out if the bills are being paid from this sole account. Correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am. All of the finances were not discussed first.
Okay.
She wanted to go ahead and create the joint bank account, and so I was under the pressure. So we're gonna talk about the finances. We're gonna do that. This is before a whole relationship had been established this time because we were getting back together. So it was a rush thing. So once my check was coming, she said we're gonna go ahead and cash it. I'm
So
like,
you're
"Oh."
saying you didn't have time to think it through?
No, it was no time for me to think that through.
Okay, well,
But
Mr.
this is who I'm
Spencer.
gonna be with. So I'm gonna go with it because I do plan on spending the rest of my life.
Here's the thing, Mr. Spencer. When you get married and these funds are coming in, you do have this pot that you're creating, and you have to learn how to communicate and what you're going to do with the money. What did you do with the $1,000 you took out of the account?
The $1,100 that I took out was a portion of the $3,400 that I had given to her already. So $1,100.
Did you have a discussion about taking the money out of the account?
No, ma'am. We didn't have that discussion because we did not discuss all of the finances still. It's just that the money just keep on going to the account. I have no access to it.
That is
She gives
incorrect,
me
Your
a
Honor.
card. She gave me a
I
card.
attempted to have a
He
conversation
gave
with
me
him.
a
He blocked
card.
me.
So I know that the money is there, but then I wouldn't have no access to it. I can't use my card to transfer the money or not.
So this is why the two of you need to have your separate accounts until you can figure out what having a joint account is going to look like and how you're going to manage it.
So I booked a resort for us at Laguna Beach. We go check in on Sunday. I didn't see Keenan again until Thursday morning when it was time to go.
So the two of you are at this staycation in Laguna Beach. Do you leave for 3 days? What else?
Keenan tends to hang out with people that creates more problems than they give solutions, should I say. Like one friend, he let use his car. Keenan would be late from work, and then it led to Keenan ended up losing his job. And then after that, Keenan ended up getting asked to move out, basically, because he had fallen behind on the rent for whatever reason.
And you're saying it all started with him letting a friend borrow his car?
Oh, that was just one instance. Keenan allows a lot of people to take from him financially.
Mr. Spencer, did you let one of your friends take the car all day?
I
Borrow the car all day.
did not allow my friend to take the car. He actually asked me while I was sleeping, which is the wrong thing that you could do for me. I would give you anything while I'm asleep because I'm asleep.
And you're saying that because you were sleeping, it was a bad time to ask you.
It was the worst
So you
time to
made
ask
that
me.
decision because you were sleeping. Because the first time, you decided to agree to the joint account because you were rushed. Now someone's taking your car and it only happened because you were sleeping.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So I'm really concerned about the disappearing act you say has happened on more than one occasion. What's that about?
Yes, so we went to Long Beach to get some of his things. In my mind, we get in there Sunday. His place isn't that big, so boom, by end of Sunday, we should be moved out. You know, I ain't say clean, but moved out at least. So that let's enjoy ourselves. So I booked a resort for us at Laguna Beach after consulting with him. We get there, we go check in on Sunday, and next thing you know, he tells me he's going back to Long Beach to finish packing. That was Monday. I didn't see Keenan again until Thursday morning when it was time to go.
You had planned this kind of getaway for the two of you, and he left the getaway and didn't come back, is what you're saying?
Yeah, didn't
What
call,
happened?
text. Or
Were you calling and texting him?
No, because I was figuring that he was kind of feeling some way, because I knew he didn't want to move from Long Beach. So I
Okay.
figured he was feeling some type of way, so I was giving him his space.
Okay, so the two of you are at this staycation in Laguna Beach. Do you leave for 3 days?
I had to move. That's what I was doing. I did not want her to mess with. I didn't want her to have to deal with anything with moving or anything. So we went to Laguna Beach. We booked the staycation, but she still knew I had to move. That was our main reason for coming there. But I did not want her to feel like she was just there.
So you dropped her off in Laguna Beach and left to go move.
I spent the first day with her. She already knew I had to move.
So you were moving.
I was moving.
This appears that it should have been a really simple problem to resolve just by communicating. And
It was all communicated, Your Honor.
so, but apparently it wasn't because
It was not enough for her. It was
Okay,
not.
okay.
Even throughout the whole, I didn't want her to drive or anything throughout going
So
back
when
to
you get back
Houston.
to
She
Laguna
complained
Beach-
to complain.
when you get back to Laguna Beach, is she upset?
She is upset.
And what do you think she's upset about?
I know she's upset because I'm not there, but we've had a conversation about why we were really there. But I wanted her to enjoy it and not be moving my belongings. My
So,
place
but
was like a wreck.
here's the thing. She obviously wanted you to be in Laguna Beach and wanted to enjoy it with you. You say that you wanted to move because you didn't want her to be a part of the moving process. It appears that you could have moved at another time and you could have taken the trip to Laguna Beach at another time.
She was
So
rushing to
both of
move,
those
Your Honor.
things could have been accomplished. There's one issue that is the biggest issue. And what is that?
I think part of it is more so me transitioning. I know that Keenann is still attracted to men as well. And so sometimes I get in this place to where I feel like I'm not enough for him.
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. There's a bigger issue, you say, in the relationship because first, I think that there's a lot of miscommunication between the two of you. And you can't even agree on the things that you say you agreed to in the past. But you say there's one issue that is the biggest issue. And what is that?
I think part of it is more so me transitioning. I don't think Keenann has a problem with it as much as it's me with transitioning and getting comfortable with myself.
Okay.
And Keenann has done an excellent job of holding my hand throughout my entire transition, which was hard. And I told him several times that's one of the many reasons I love him. And I was trying my best to figure things out because I know that Keenann is still attracted to men as well. And so sometimes I get in this place to where I feel like I'm not enough for him. And so when he says certain things, I know I'm not perfect, but I also think that Keenann doesn't take into consideration how hard some things are for me and that I really do be trying. You know, and some things I'm a control freak. I am. I like to try to stay in control because I grew up structured. My parents were veterans. I'm an Army vet. So it's just always dress right, dress everything. And so I try to get out of that way because I know I'm used to that. Then some days it's my hormones, so I'll start doing what I'm doing now and not even know why I'm crying. But I just don't know what to do, like I said, because it seems like whatever I do, it's not enough, and it's always I'm the bad guy. So it's just I don't know.
So, Ms. Edwards, are you saying that you think it's because you're transitioning and he's having a hard time with that? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think it is for him. Because he's just a loving person, and I know that he showed me that he loves me regardless. Before I transition, after he showed me that he loves me regardless, and I never have to doubt that. But like I said, it is questionable. Does he really know what he wants? Does he really want to marry me, or does he just know that he loves me?
Well, let's ask him. What is going
Your
on,
Honor,
Mr.
she's
Spencer?
changed so much throughout the transition, but what she doesn't realize is that I've been with her from the beginning. The instances that she brings up when I'm up and leaving, you talk about instances that come very small because I'm there with her every day, every night. I may almost make no time for friends when it's because our time is special, and I've shown her that. I go out of my way to make sure she knows, and she still questions. It was a time where I would run away because I'm not a confrontational person, or well, I used to not be a confrontational person. I make it my business to make sure that if it looks like she has an issue, I'm there. If it looks like it's gonna be an argument, let's talk about it first. How do you feel about this? What do you mean when you say this? And I try my best to assure her. That's why I wanted the vacations, so she don't have to look like that she's just packing my life, because it's about her, and it was about her, and I was making it about her. So the transition is not hard for me because I was there from the beginning, and I shown throughout these 9 years, you know.
You accepted it.
Yes, and let her know she is still beautiful no matter what they say. This world will chew you up and spit you out. So I know that. I've been on my own since I was 14, so I know what the world can do to you. I don't want her to feel that way, knowing how hard it is for people transitioning.
Do you feel that some of these issues are because she's having doubts, but the doubts are really coming from her, not because of anything that you're doing?
No, this is not, because I let her know that she is special no matter what.
The two of you have been together for 9 years. The issues that you've brought up today, I don't think that they're insurmountable, right? You've been able to overcome them and get to this point in your relationship. So the two of you could really benefit, I think, at this point, before you move forward in marriage, from some real counseling and some professional help to help the two of you navigate the communication and how you're going to move forward. Why are you shaking your head?
Yana, we're so far beyond counseling because we have the ability to talk to one another. She says she feels like a punching bag sometimes. No, it's me the punch, because I can't always accept our wrongdoing if she's not going to accept the other half of it.
So you're saying that you don't want to go to counseling?
I am done, Your Honor. I want to be able to.
You're done with what?
I'm done with our relationship. I don't want to go forward because I am tired. I've lived some of my best years going up and down and trying to insert myself in a life that she doesn't really know how to get a handle of, and I've been there to help her, and she don't see it that way.
So at this point, in your mind, you said you've exhausted all efforts at this point. It has been a number of years, and you didn't know this before you proposed?
I wanted to try, and I was committed.
Okay. Well, a proposal...
No one wants to let go of something that they feel that could be good when they know what the relationship could be.
Sir, Mr. Spencer, a proposal, just like marriage, doesn't change anything. A wedding doesn't do anything but break the bank. It doesn't break any bad habits. It doesn't change who a person is. So if you're not ready to get married and you know deep down inside you weren't ready, then you don't propose. But I would rather you come to this conclusion now that you don't want to move forward in the relationship before you get married, because it will be much harder and much more difficult and much more emotionally devastating after the fact. None of these issues are really insurmountable, but the number one issue is you just aren't happy in the relationship anymore. And you can't force someone to be happy. And you can't force someone to be with you, and that pretty much trumps every other issue you've brought in court today. I wish the two of you well. I wish you much self-love. I wish you much self-confidence. I wish you'd be able to go forward and live your best life, your authentic life, who you want to be, who you love yourself to be.
Of course.
And continue to grow and evolve. With or without this relationship, you are going to be okay. And the same for you.
Amen.
Good luck to both of you. I wish you well.
When Keenan ended the engagement, I wasn't surprised, honestly, because this isn't the first time he's done it. I'm just glad that we were able to get it out in the open.
I had to end the engagement because me and Ashlei have been going through this up and down spiral for 9 years.
I am thankful for him loving me unconditionally in everything that he's done, and I hope that one day he too will realize what I've come to realize, that we know how to love, but we've been through so many things that we've forgotten what it feels like to be loved. I wish you the best of luck and much happiness.
Ashlei, I love you, but I do hope that you can see this is one of the best decisions that we could have made for us so that we could see what's best for us.